houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be cleaning up my houseplant room and taking care of my over 250 plus houseplant collection. It is a rough estimate, but I do have a lot of plants and they need a lot of care. We are gonna take care of my houseplants today. But before we get into that, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Maybe you've been binge watching my videos and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community. I also have YouTube memberships, which you can check out at the link in the description. We are gonna see kind of like a sneak peek of my new plant room and how it's kind of laid out. I haven't officially made a new tour showing you guys everything yet, but there's a few things in here I guess you'll just kind of see. I have been having a little bit of a thrip issue. It's not like a huge outbreak, it was just on one. Thrips actually seem to be like very particular about what plants they pick to attack. The last 2 days I haven't been in the best mood. It's weird, I get in like a really good mood, like almost like euphoric for a few days, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere I just like plummet. So maybe I should talk to someone about that. Today is just like blah, you know what I mean? So in order to make myself feel better, I thought we could take care of my plants. I also want to vacuum my plant floor. It's kind of perlitey. I'm so sick of these humidifiers. I want to honestly like put them somewhere else. One of them I don't even use anymore. I just like, it's just not like the cleanest. It's not the messiest, but it's also just like not the cleanest. I have no places for any of my humidifiers right now. I don't know, it's just kind of gross. You can see like the white perlite in the carpet I really need to take care of. There's scissors on the back of my chair, just like right there. Dishes I need to put away. That's the plant I found that had some thrips on it, but I took care of it. This one is my quarantine chamber. All these plants were in with that Genevievenium, which had thrips because I didn't realize it had been next to my Monstera. So that's quarantining in there, and I'm actually out of Captain Jack's Bonide, so they're gonna stay in there until I can get some more. But yeah, I need to just take care of a couple plants. I need to water a few things. I think rearrange some things because I'm really not happy with any of this. I want to throw some stuff away today and just like move some things around because I hate it. I hate the vibes in here. I don't like it at all. I really just want to get rid of this whole shelf. I really want to order the Mills bow and have it just look more put together. The Mills bow is smaller too, so it'll take up less space and I can put some of the plants in there, but I can put the rest of the plants like on top. I hate this small table here. So I think we'll just like try to see what we can do with the space to make me like it again, because I don't like it. Like I really don't like it. I like this. I like everything from here over this way. I love all of that. It feels nice and natural. I hate all of this, literally all of it, so much. These weren't here. That's a plant that's not doing well. My staghorns aren't doing well since I mounted them, but it's probably because that's like free moss, and free moss is really hard to take care of. They're not growing. They're literally just dying and they just look ugly. So I think I'm gonna like cut the wire off and then just throw the plants away and keep the board so I can try again. I'm just over it. I'm angry. Can you tell? So I actually think we're gonna water the plants last because I don't want to water them and then move them around and drip water everywhere. So we're gonna move some things around to where I think that they should go. And we're gonna throw a lot of stuff away, I think. I'm just over the clutter. I'm so sick of it. Like, I hate it. There's so many things in here that are dirty. There's a pile of dirt in that corner that's been there for 4 months. Why am I like this? There's a scarf here, there's leggings, like what is going on? Why am I like this? I need to hang this up somewhere. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this trash that I have right here and I'm going to box it up and we're gonna throw it away because that makes me feel good. I want to like this space again, and right now like I don't like it. I actually want to be in here again. New trash bag. By the way, this trash can is exclusively for this room. I find I make like a ton of trash in here. What I do with these is I have these just like all over the room because I'm so bad at finishing water. I usually just use the rest of it to like water plants that need water. You know, I've just been thinking like a lot about my content lately. And I just am not happy with like the videos that I'm making. I love doing tours, but I know that people get tired of that sometimes, which is like why I can't just like keep doing a bunch of tours over and over. Because some of you guys really like it, but other you guys like really don't like it. It's hard. I want to do like a lot of like philosophy videos. Those are hard too. In here is a Alocasia dragon scale plug, which I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep this and then I'm going to try to regrow it. I'm officially doing away with this. I do not want it anymore. I'm getting rid of it. I've had it for 2 years. Okay, so I've cleared this board of all of the wire and the plant. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna wash it off. Well, not right now, I'm gonna do that later, but like now I have a board for mounting something else in the future. To mount things, people usually use fishing line. If you didn't know that, now you know. Okay, here's my other issue, is this little table right here. I just hate so much this one. Originally, like, this was gonna be like my new setup. This is my Paradiso Verde. He's completely uprooted. I think I'm actually gonna like air layer and chop this guy because I don't want just like this big sparse plant. I don't like big plants. I feel like I've talked about that a lot on this channel. I still don't know what plant this is. It's doing horrible. It puts out a leaf and then it just like rots. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna cut this up into chunks. So I'm gonna take these scissors and I'm just gonna chop it once here. I'm gonna chop it again right here. And then I'm gonna chop it at the aerial root. And then I'm gonna chop it again right here. Perfect. So now I have 3 chunks. I'm going to now root in my prop box and bring this plant back to life. I feel like people hold on to things too long. Listen, if you want to throw something away and you don't like it anymore, as long as it's not like a rare or endangered species, like if it's something you could buy at your grocery store, like I can buy staghorns at my grocery store for $5. Please, if it's dying, if you haven't been able to rehome it, like if no one wanted it and you haven't been able to rehome it, or it's just a dead plant in a pot and you want to throw it away, you're allowed to do that. I feel like people don't talk about that, and if something's just filling you with anger, plants are supposed to fill you with peace, okay? So if something's making you angry, it needs to go. Okay, it's getting dark in here, so I'm gonna turn on the light. Now we have this like shelf thing right here. This is my Adabili. It's a hybrid, and I have my huge Kellyana in there too. And then I have 2 of my peace lilies. I've actually had those for a very long time now, wow. He had a stem that died, and it's actually now growing back in. You can kind of see that green tip right there. That's exciting. I don't want this table here anymore. It's also broken. Like the last time my dad was out here, he tried to fix it, but like it's still like really broken. Then we have my little begonia Curtisia Red Galaxy. And we have this staghorn, which is just not doing well. You know, I'm slowly feeling better. Think about how much better I'll feel in like an hour when I'm done. Mounting staghorns was fun, by the way. I completely recommend it. I just think that I need to find a better way to mount them so that they don't get so dry. Because I think that the way that I mounted them just is a way that like I need to take care of them more than I already take care of my plants. And I'm a very hands-off house plant person. Looks like we engraved things on these boards. Perfect. All right. Now we got 2 fresh boards, probably for the orchids, honestly. Okay, I'm already feeling a little bit better, but we still need to declutter this a whole lot more. So here's where we're at now. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna actually like leave the top 2 shelves, but I think I'm going to put the rest of the plants that I have like on the rest of these shelves right here. And I like that I have a spot up here, like my plants do really well in front of this little window I have right there, and this is where I keep my 2 prop boxes. I don't really like the situation we have here, and they just look like so cluttered and bad, like a loose soil bag. So I think actually the next step we're gonna do is, I think I'm gonna move these boxes out of here. I know you can't see them, I know I'm low, but I'm gonna wipe everything off of the shelf onto the floor, and then I think I'm going to vacuum, and I hope it doesn't make the power go out. We have a really strong vacuum for our house. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for the amazing vacuum gift. It likes to make the power go out because it's a really strong vacuum. Find a new place for all of my boxes. And I've had this here since I moved, and I've never thrown it away. This has been here since August, and it's now February 2nd or 1st. So I'm gonna throw this away. I'm just like, I know some people are like cute and quirky and they're like, I'm such a procrastinator. But like, I have things that I want to do that I don't do for months because my ADHD is so bad. Like I joke about it, I'm like, oh haha, I like ADHD. But it is actually like really hard because you look at things and you're like, okay, I need to do that. And like, because you thought about doing that, you're like, oh, okay. So I got all the satisfaction and reward I needed to get out of that by thinking about needing to do it, but then you don't actually do it. So it's like, takes you like 3 seconds to do it, so why not just do it? I don't know, it's part of the issue. I've officially wiped that down, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift all the small things off the ground. When we moved in here, my parents gifted us this Dyson, which is like the best gift ever. We have like a nice vacuum now, which is cool. All right, here's the moment of truth. Is the power gonna go out? We will see. Okay, so we've done like the main part of the room, but now I need to do the other side of the room. So this is a little tricky because one part that I need to like reorganize is like this part over here. Behind my couch, there's like a big spot of dirt where like plants have like repeatedly fell down. Slide. Ooh, I should vacuum that spot too. I think we're just gonna move everything from this part of the room over there and like actually vacuum it. Phone is overheating, or my camera's overheating, so I'm actually going to see you in a minute. I'm gonna let my phone cool down and I'm gonna charge this battery. Sound good? I'll see you in a few. Hi! So it's been a couple hours and I'm gonna give you a check-in. I decided that this was a lot more work than I thought I was going to be doing, and I just wanted to bust through it because I think it's about 7:10-ish right now, and I still have to edit this whole video tonight and get it up for you tomorrow morning, and I have a members only video that's going up tomorrow as well. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bust this part because I still need to water all these plants, right? So I'm gonna show you the plant room, how I removed it, like moved everything around. I actually moved quite a few things around. I moved all the furniture where my couch is and my like Hoya table away from the wall, and I vacuumed all of that. I wiped down some of the baseboards. I really did deep clean this space, and I have to say, I feel good. I don't know if you could tell, but I was extremely angry at the beginning of this video because when things feel out of order for me, it makes me physically upset and angry. Like my bedroom right now, I have a bunch of laundry I need to do, and that I just have to like compartmentalize. I have to tell myself, okay, this is my project I did today. Tomorrow I can do that. This thing that happens, it really only happens once every 2 or 3 weeks, because that's about how long I can keep something clean before I need a mental break. And when I take a mental break, I don't do the laundry, I don't do the dishes, I don't clean. But this plant room has been needing a deep cleaning probably for a month or so. So I'm glad that I did it. And now I'm gonna show you the fruits of our labor that we did here together today. And I'm excited because though some plants like don't look how I'd want them to look, like ideally if they were in that certain spot, I wish the leaves fanned out differently. But ultimately, I'm really happy with what we accomplished here today, and I'm gonna show you. So let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with that side of the room. Again, it is dark outside, so it's not gonna like look the best, but here is where we have gotten after a full day of cleaning, and I'm really proud. We vacuumed all of this. Looks much nicer, and I set up my ring light. So what I've been using my ring light for is I've been using it for like extra light at night, just because I've noticed some of these plants have kind of been exfoliating, like this orchid in particular has been exfoliating a little bit, so I have been using this light as supplementary light. But yeah, so I moved both of the tables away, and I actually noticed that that one table I told you I wasn't liking was actually starting to mold. So I just chucked that because I don't have the right tools to be able to like get rid of that mold. Like I don't even think we have bleach. Small one that was here is actually underneath my desk, and don't mind my corner of hoarded socks. I keep those there, so I always have socks for my feet. But I like to have a footrest down here, and that like subwoofer is just not good enough most of the time. So I added that one right there, and that's just like a water stain. It's not a big deal. This is kind of what we came out to, is just this one shelf, and I am so happy with how it turned out. I moved a couple of the plants down here. So here's the peace lilies, the billy tie. I put my adansonii back here. My other string of hearts is back there, and I wrapped it around this one. These ones are wrapped around right there. And then I put my Adabilly in the back right there. So that is this shelf, and I am gonna be giving you guys a full tour probably later this week. So just, you know, stay tuned for that. And the whole thing is just really clear. Like there was a bunch of stuff there before. There was stuff behind the door. There's a cat right there. Reagan! What? That's where everything went. It's all gone now, and it just looks like a nice corner plant shelf. And then we have my desk. This is my hobby desk. So I bullet journal here, sew here, do other stuff here. I switched out the other humidifier I had up here because the one I had up here was actually broken. So I put that one away, and then this one's up here now. This is the new top fill I have. And then my other top fill that I have is actually in the back corner over there. You can't even really see it. It's that right there. And I have this big thing of moss, so that's just hit there right now. I put this guy here right now because I might mount him, we'll see. I have a basket, my camera equipment right there, and that's just where it's gonna be for right now, because this is the hobby station, and then prop station, and then the same plants I have up there haven't changed. Then the big move was that I actually moved my terrarium from there to there. And the reason is because this corner, even though it was like nice and jungly, it just felt weird. And on top of that, I didn't really like how blocky the terrarium was right there. Like when I put it there originally, I was already having a hard time with like how much just space it took up because it's so big. But now that I've moved like all of my other plants right there instead, and the terrarium's over there on a pretty blocky old-fashioned table, that feels a lot better to me. And it's about a whole foot lower. This is a much shorter table than the other one, so I can much easier reach into this than I could when it was over here. So over here, I just moved a couple of my plants to make it look nice. It actually sticks out pretty far into the room, but I think that it looks nice all together. We'll have to see if I can actually still keep those two monsteras there, because I think the only reason they were doing good before was because they had the grow light on them. Now they don't. So we will have to see. I might have to move them over here, or like one there and one there. Then I have the Hoya table. What I did is I pulled this and the couch all the way off the wall, and I actually vacuumed under everything. And you can see I moved all of my shipping boxes under there and I organized them. And before they were just like haphazardly tossed in the corner. So now they're all neat and organized right there. I have all of my trays under here, and it actually fits perfectly with the curve of the thing, the curve of the table, so that's kind of fun. And then I made a garden box. So many people have one of these and I've never made one. And before, this was like holding our marriage license and a couple other important papers, but I put those away. And instead I put my leftover soil, my gloves, a propagation jar I use, some pots that I like, my 2 heat mats I still have to review. Thank you so much, Vivo Sun, for sending those to me. Then my little repotting mat, and then I put my other 2 humidifiers that I'm not using anymore on top of my printer, which I know could be questionable. I will probably move them, but for now, that's where they are. But I like it better than it was before. And this was like so in the window, like it was reaching for the sun. That's why all of these leaves are like that, because they were reaching for the sun. And before I moved it there, it was like nice and evenly spread out. So now I'm hoping that it will evenly spread out again and it won't look so empty. I put a moss pole in there and I'm gonna keep it wet, and hopefully it'll grow up the moss pole and then we can fix it like that. And then I have Gloria, and you can see we are getting 2 new leaves. Here's 1 new leaf and here's another new leaf. And I cannot wait. I'm very happy that she's happy in my house. But yeah, then I have my desk. This is a massive desk. It is as big as it looks. It is a huge space. It is what I learned to edit my videos on, was a 3-screen editing desk bay. And normally you'd have another big screen behind it. Like if you worked at a production company and that would be your playback and these would be your 3 screens to work on, because yes, I did go to film school. No, my videos don't reflect that, because videos are for fun, not for work, to relax. That's why I started this YouTube channel, was to relax. So this is my editing desk bay, and yeah, I just cleaned it up a little bit. I wiped off my desk and everything, and I cleaned underneath it. And lastly, we have this little gem of a table. These are the plants that were in that terrarium. They are all being isolated, mostly because all of them were around this Genevieve, which had thrips. It does not anymore, but she still needs to be isolated. And this is going to be mounted soon. It's actually not even potted. It's just kind of like vibing. So it did bloom, probably because it's an attempt to continue its reproductive line, but this is an orchid I got from Brooke, and I'm actually gonna be mounting this probably tomorrow. Yeah, I think that the little plants here look really good. They're all healthy, so yeah, that is pretty much the deep clean of the room. Here's just like a little quick spin. So here's all of that. And then the hobby desk, which always is gonna look a little messy because I do a lot of stuff there. Then we have this, the plant window, the couch, the plant box, and then the desk again. And then the table. So I know this video is already pretty long, but we do still have to water the plants. That was like kind of the whole purpose. Wow, that is just so overexposed. That is kind of the whole purpose for today's video, is we do need to water the plants. So I'm going to walk around and just show you the plants that need to be watered and how I know they need to be watered, and then I'm just gonna water them, and then we're gonna call it a day. For starters, so this string of hearts really needs to be watered. You can see kind of like how almost thin the leaves look. They don't have any structure. They're veiny. Here is a string of hearts that doesn't need to be watered. The leaves are firm. They are not veiny. They actually hold their form. These ones do not, and you actually like can't even really see the texture on them. So that needs to be watered. These orchids are a little bit too flexible, so I'm going to be giving these guys a water as well. Actually, probably nearly all of these orchids are gonna be getting watered. I have this Atabapoense. I actually already watered this one because it was so dry before I started filming. I really just wanted to make sure that that was okay. None of these plants right here need to be watered. This is a Micans. I got 3 orchids in the middle right here. And then this doesn't need to be watered. This one's super good. And this doesn't need to be watered. I'm going to be watering all my big plants today. I haven't given them a water in quite a bit. So I'm gonna water them. And then this Anthurium, you can tell needs to be watered because it's kind of sagging. Then I have my Hoya. Nearly all of my Hoya need to be watered. They actually all keep a pretty similar schedule to each other. So it's pretty easy to know when they need to be watered. They just get kind of like sad, they get flexible, like you can bend their leaves, they get veiny and kind of gross. Not all of them need to be watered, but a lot of them do. I'm also going to be watering my big Monstera today, and I'm gonna be watering Gloria for the first time. And then I'm probably gonna pop open this lid and give each of my little hanging orchids some water. Those are always gonna need more water than the ones down low because these have the moss to like kind of keep everything regulated. But these ones up here are gonna dry out more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like trickle a little water onto them with my watering can. All right, I'm gonna go do that, and then I will see you here in a minute. Okay, hello. All of my plants are watered. My room is completely clean, vacuumed. Like, I feel so good. This room was gross before and I didn't like being in it. Like, it was fine, and then for the last like week it's just felt gross. I'm really glad that I took the time today to like move things around and make things so that I like them again. I actually love having the terrarium right next to the desk because I can just like sit here and stare at it when I get bored of doing whatever I'm doing. So I love it, and I can't wait to give you guys an actual proper room tour. There's a lot of plants in here, so be waiting for that later this week. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this deep clean with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry I didn't show you a lot of the actual process, but like there was so much to do. I really just wanted to like get it done, and Raven understands, right Raven? She couldn't care less right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. Follow me on Instagram at PlantMeAshley, and I just hope you guys have a good day. I hope you had a good day. I hope you're going to have a good day. And if you got like some dying plant chores you need to get done, like do it, because I can breathe. Like I feel like this was like a transformative experience. I feel like the beginning of this video I was angry and frustrated, and now I feel zen. Not as zen as I would feel if I also got to clean my bedroom, but honestly all that is laundry, and that's gonna take about an hour to do when I don't have to work. So I mean, everything looks pretty good, huh? I think it looks pretty good. And everything got watered, so it's extra humid in here. And yeah. So let's go into February just chilling. All right, I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. And until then, goodbye. Cheers.